Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. This is Sanyukta Saxena. Today's session we'll be furthering our journey with Ghost Tangles. Thank you for all your comments and suggestions. Thanks so much. Today we are going to be drawing another tile and I'm going to introduce the tools that we haven't used till now, which is the scoring tool and the glaze pen, and maybe we use the mono eraser also. Basically these tools work exactly the opposite way. The way we create ghost tangles is actually tangling with gray on a white surface. Yes, so it gives a shadow or a hazy or a fading away effect. When we use glaze pens or this scoring tool or a mono eraser, we are basically creating white on gray. So we'll have a gray background and it looks like we have tangled with white on gray. You can even use your white jelly roll at times, and that also creates some kind of a ghost effect. Yes, so let's try that part also. It is not exactly ghost tangling because ghost tangles are generally drawn in pencil or in grays. This is actually the opposite of it, but it creates the same kind of an effect. So I just wanted to touch upon this topic also during these sessions and series. Let's get started with today's session. I'm going to today tangle with my gray jelly roll again. So I'm going to be starting with a tangle somewhere in the center, around the center, with a tangle called FENGLE. And I'm starting first with my gray jelly roll. You can see I'm not starting from one point. Instead, I'm creating an enclosure kind of thing in the center, like this. And then I'm going to draw the tangle FENGLE just the way it is generally drawn. Drawing the second S stroke, connecting the two S's. These were also S strokes. I'm using my gray jelly roll here, and I have added the second S stroke. Yes, and now I'm going to add one more aura. This is exactly the way we draw the tangle FENGLE. I'm using my gray jelly roll first, creating the ghost tangle first, and then we will move on and draw over it. Probably today this is something we have not done till now, drawing over our ghost tangle. Yes, so slight difference from what we have already done till now. Yeah, we'll add something here also. Let's now take a reference here and draw over. So I'm going to use a bolder nib now, so probably an 08. But before I do that, let me use my scoring tool today right away and create some PRINTEMPS inside these sections. So how am I doing it? I am pressing my scoring tool to create some impressions on my paper, like this. Yes. So basically what we do with our pen, I'm using my scoring tool, pressing it hard, pushing it hard, filling up all the spaces I have with the tangle PRINTEMPS. Yes, so you can see I have drawn PRINTEMPS. You can add the same tangle inside all, or if you wish you can vary the tangle. Go slow. You have to press it, create an impression with your tool. So this tool is available in various sizes. You can choose even a finer one to work with. Yes, it's entirely your choice. Pushing it hard to create an impression on my paper. Paper, as you must be all aware, is a thick paper 300 GSM plus, not very coarse grained. You don't want too much tooth on the papers for the nib to work nicely. Yes, so it's medium grained. Yes, so I'm pushing it hard. My hand is also aching, so take a break. You don't have to do it continuously. So this, I thought of doing this during this series because it gives me the same kind of an effect. Although this is embossing, but when you add grays to it, they look like ghost tangles, something in the background which is disappearing, which is very subtle, fading away. Yes, so I am done with that. Hope you can see it. Yes. Now I will move on and draw my actual FENGLE over it. So I'm kind of placing my S's like this now, trying to keep it in between the previous ones. When I say in between, I mean between these two. Yes. Take your time. I'm using my O8 here. Yes, and then I will do exactly the same exercise, or if you want you can add something else, some other detail like a muka or something. Yes, let's keep it simple. There's already a lot happening on this tile, so let's keep it a little simple as far as this part is concerned. Yes, I'm adding a little more weight first to the lines that I've drawn. And today we are going to shade our ghost tangle instead of the main tangle and see where does it take us. Exploration, right? I haven't drawn this style before, so I'm also exploring during this session. So today let us shade our ghost tangle first, and then we shall see if we want to do something to our superimposed tangle. So straight away going for shading. So as far as this part is concerned, as I mentioned, you just have to add touches like this. What is already there on your stub is sufficient to show what is there inside. Yes, so again I'm going to just add some touches, probably at the edges, ignoring what I have drawn over the FENGLE with the black. I'm just ignoring that one and just shading what I have drawn in the background. Let's see where does it take us. So with a very light hand, just touching the inside space, and you can see how the impressions created using the scoring tool stand out. Try not putting your hands on the graphite. So just slight touches because you already have graphite on your stub, so that much is sufficient to create those effects. Right, so I have done that shading. Now let us shade the rest also. So adding here, not much, on all the intersections where lines are overlapping, like this. So I'm shading my ghost tangle here. Slowly take your time. I don't want to add too much. I want to keep it light. slowly go to each of those overlaps. So once we shade this, we would know where actually can we tangle with our black pen. Yes, it will be clear. So we are done with that exercise. Now we have this portion left in each of them. Yes. So let's start to tangle with our pen now. So what I'm going to do is draw some flux, probably like this. Start to tangle now. I'm just going with the spaces I have, not planning anything here. So just enjoy the process. After shading my ghost tangle, I'm now deciding where to tangle. Yes, going with the flow wherever my tile is taking me. So don't worry, everything looks nice as far as Zentangle is concerned. All is good. Nothing looks bad. The tangles make everything look beautiful. So just go with the flow. Yes. So I'm going to add this to all. So I know now where I can tangle with my pen. I'm not trying to do transcending here. Yes, so yes, done with that. Now we have these spaces where we can tangle. So let us probably add DIVADANCE, or we can add some ink and tipple. Or first, these spaces are also empty, so let's add something here also. Slowly. Avoid putting your hand too much on the pencil. We generally shade at the last, but here we have shaded first, so you have to take care. A little bit. Take your time slowly. Yes, so we have converted that also. Now we have this outside space which we can first aura. You can also extend your ghost angle outside, but I think it will be a better idea to ink this space. Yes, so I'm just adding a slight border, a close aura here, a very close one. I want the gray line to show actually, yes, and that's why I'm doing this exercise. So now I'm going to ink the rest of the space. So use a nice and bold nib like a graphic one or an 08 and ink the rest of the space, and then we will add something over the inked space with our jelly roll. Yes, fun, isn't it? So give me some time. I will slowly go around and ink this entire space black. to add that required contrast to my tile. Yes, you do it at your own pace. No hurry. So I'm almost finishing with my inking here. Some bold inked portion on my tile. Give it some time to settle down. Don't start tangling straight with your jelly roll. It may not show. Almost done. Yes. Yeah. So make sure you have inked nicely the edges, the ends. It should be black. Yes. Use a bolder nib to do that. Yeah. So we are done with that. Let's now use our jelly roll, or probably wait for a few seconds before you start drawing with your jelly roll. So next we are going to tangle over the black. So I'm going to use my jelly roll. I'm first going to go around and then going to add some DIVADANCE. Take your time. Now I'm going to add some inked sections, and then just the way we draw DIVADANCE, going to go around, add some inking here and there. Yes, slowly, take your time, no hurry. Spaces are small, so you need to be careful. So if you think your jelly roll is not working nicely over the inked portion, just wait. That's all you need to do. Let the black dry up before you start working with your jelly roll. Yeah. You can also add dots outside, puffs. Even they will look nice. Yes, so that's the first layer that I've done. Again, going to add some weights here and there. Let's see where we can do the second layer. Probably you cannot do it everywhere. You have to go with the spaces you have. Yes, take your time. You can also add some orbs if you want in between. I'm just adding simple diva dance. Take your time. Be patient. Tiny spaces. So places where ink has dried up completely, you will see that the jelly roll is working very well. And if the black ink is still wet, then you may have to redo those places. So wait for the ink to dry up completely, the black ink, before you start working with your jelly roll. And that's it, we are almost done. Don't need to do anything else. Yes, so that's our jelly roll on the outside. That's a ghost FENGLE and a FENGLE with a pen, both together. Yes, if you want to give touches on your flux, you can do that. Just add some shading on your flux. You can also add some very light shading here if you want. These things are again optional. Maybe what is already there on your stub may be sufficient to do that much. Yes, that is sufficient. Yes. So tell me, how do you like this exploration? Yes, it's real fun. It's close to something like transcending, but not exactly transcending, because transcending background tangle is also drawn with a pen, first thing, and then transcending has some more steps done with the superimposed tangle also. So we have not done any of that. We are just trying to create an effect of something underlying, something like a shadow over which we have our main tangle. Yes, and we also explored some bit of embossing to create the ghostly effect. Ghostly, I don't know if it is a word. I've used this word couple of times during this session, and I really don't know if it is a word, but it comes to me again and again. Ghost like. Yes, a little bit of inking there, not much. Well, you can stop comfortably after you have shaded, or you can just find opportunities to add a little more to your tile, but somewhere you have to stop. Yes, so we are done with that. Just adding a little more here. We can also shade the center here. Yes, we can add some shading there. Just a touch with your stub. So where do we use the chalk here? I don't think we need to use it, but if you want you can use on the DIVADANCE. I don't want to use it. You can run it here if you want. Yes, and that's about it. That's our tile for today. A ghost tangle with some bit of embossing to create that kind of an effect. Yes, let's close our tile here. Put in your chop. Sign and date your tile. I shall see you again with 2 more sessions, yeah, on Ghost Tangles. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.